Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at the movie Heroes figures from 2012, and first up we have Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn. Now the movie Heroes line is basically made up of repacks and brand new figures, the majority of which are repacks, and the ones that have been repacked are really bad, but the first wave has a couple of decent figures and Qui-Gon is one of them. Now before I begin to give you a little bit more of an in-depth review of this figure, we are going to take a look at the packaging that he comes in. Now since this is one of the 2012 movie Heroes figures, it does come in the brand new packaging, and I absolutely love this. This is probably the best Star Wars packaging that I've seen since the 30th anniversary collection, for definite. It's the most exciting, it's the most eye-catching, and it just really looks great, and the fact that we have Darth Maul's face up in the top corner really brings back a lot of memories from 1999, when the first Phantom Menace figures began to hit shelves. Absolutely love this new colour scheme as well. And as you can see there, we have Qui-Gon's portrait on the side panel, name tab down the bottom, and on the back we have a still image from the film, couple of images of the figure, some of the other figures that are available in the line, and a brief bit of information about the Galactic Battle game. Now the movie Heroes line is sort of a successor to the Saga Legends. As I said, it does contain repacked figures and some new figures, most of which are repacks there, but since it is sort of a carry-on from Saga Legends, it still does include the battle game card and display stands, and they've undergone somewhat of a makeover. As you can see, the display stands are now sort of a sandy brown colour as opposed to silver, and the overall design and layout of the card has changed as well. Now not only has the front of the card changed, but on the back, rather than having the rules of the game, we now have a full portrait of the character, which in my opinion makes these feel a lot more like trading cards and make them a little bit more collectible in my opinion. There we go. Now, not only has the card and display stand undergone a makeover, but the battle game dice has been given a fresh coat of paint as well. But I still think we're going to get pretty bored of these. And also included with the figure is this, which is quite odd. It's a grappling hook launcher, and this was first released with the Clone Wars Adventure Gear Padme figure, which was released in 2009. Now from what I gather, the movie Heroes line is basically made up of figures that include action features, and I suppose this is one way of getting firing missiles into the line. Although quite why they decided to include this, I don't really know, because Qui-Gon's never seen with it, and it's an awful looking weapon. It just looks messy and way too oversized, and it's just not very good. So yeah, thumbs down on that one, but it depends. I guess the movie Heroes line is primarily aimed at kids, so they're going to love this, but it's not for me. So there we go, that's all the accessories that are included with the figure. Now onto the actual figure itself. As I said, this is a repack figure, but it is probably one of the better ones from this first wave of movie Heroes figures. Qui-Gon was first available in the 30th Anniversary Collection Evolutions pack, which was, I believe, an evolution of the Jedi set, and it included Bultar Swan and a Jedi Master version of Luke Skywalker. Since then it's been repacked a couple of times, most notably in the Qui-Gon and Eope mail-away set from the Legacy Collection, which I will be reviewing soon thanks to the guys over at JediNews.co.uk, and it was also released in a battle pack from the Legacy Collection as well, which I believe was entitled The Desert Ambush, and it featured Qui-Gon, a young Anakin, and Darth Maul and his Bloodfin speeder. Coincidentally, this figure is also available in the Vintage Collection as part of the Phantom Menace wave. The only difference between this figure and the Vintage version is that this one doesn't include a Jedi robe. Now, obviously, what Jedi Master would be complete without his trademark lightsaber? and that's what we get with Qui-Gon. However, it's just the same lightsaber that we've seen with the Episode 1 figures, so it's still a little bit bulky, and there's no sort of effect around the hilt and the blade, and it does look a little bit outdated and out of place with this figure, but it's a nice sturdy lightsaber, so I don't mind seeing it again. It's got some great detail on it as well, very accurate to Qui-Gon's saber used in the film, and I'm very much looking forward to the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan figures in the next wave of movie heroes that have light up lightsabers, so I'll definitely be picking those up. In terms of articulation, this guy is pretty spot on. He has a ball jointed neck, ball hinged shoulders and elbows, swivel wrists, a ball jointed torso, swivel hips, ball hinged knees and ball hinged ankles. The one thing I'd probably change about this figure is I would make the neck a little bit shorter, because as you can see he's got a bit of a giraffe neck going on, and it makes the neck look a little bit longer than it probably should be. But the head sculpt is fantastic, really like that, and there's a ton of detail sort of in the figure's hair and the overall sculpt of it. As you can see, you've got those grey highlights there, which really bring the figure to life, I think. The figure also has a lower soft goods tunic, which allows for extra posability. So if you do have the EOP set, he will sit on there very well. And overall, this is just a really great figure. Not 100% accurate likeness to Liam Neeson, the actor who played him in the film, but no doubt a bad one. No doubt a good one, rather. It is a very nice head sculpt. Got that jawline bang on, I think. And overall, it's just a very good figure. Definitely the best Qui-Gon to have repacked so far. And Hasbro are going to be hard pressed to get a better version out than this. So we'll see. Time will tell. So I hope you enjoyed having a look at the Movie Heroes Qui-Gon Jinn. I believe this is from wave 0.5. And the next figure of Qui-Gon Jinn in the Movie Heroes line will indeed be the light up lightsaber one, which I believe is from wave 1. So there we go, that's Qui-Gon Jinn from the Movie Heroes line. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at this figure, and I'll be back to give you a look at Qui-Gon's Jedi Apprentice next. So no prizes for guessing who that is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll be back with many more soon, and until then, keep collecting, and as always, may the Force be with you.